So, as we are sitting in a comfortable meditation posture with the back erect, side cast down, let's make the first determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles. Just a moment. I'm not ready yet. Okay. From now on, for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. And with that determination, we can gently, lovingly notice the flat piece of flesh at the top of the head. We allow it to be heavy and changing. We continue to the forehead, eyes, nose, lips, chin, cheeks, ears, back of the head, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the head to be heavy and changing. We continue to the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, tips of fingers, chest, abdomen, back, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the upper part of the body to be heavy and changing. We continue to the buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, heels, soles, toes, tips of toes, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the body to be heavy and changing. And as we give freedom to the body to be the way it is, we ourselves achieve freedom from worry about the body. So we enjoy that freedom, and we call it peace. We explore it and analyze it. Make sure your back is erect and that you see the floor in front of you. Now, as we have gained and developed our peace, we can share it with other living beings. So we can wish all beings in our room to experience at least as much peace as we are experiencing ourselves. May all beings in this room be in peace. May all beings in this room be in peace. And we can gradually expand our thoughts of loving kindness. May all beings in this building be in peace. May all beings in this village or city be in peace. May all beings in this country be in peace. May all beings, including me, be in peace. Now, because the time for this sitting is finished, let's make the last determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. And with that determination, we can slowly, mindfully change the way of our sitting. So now I have noticed that Timu had some difficulties. When you meditate, you kept your thumbs like this. Don't do that. Keep them nicely resting in your palms. When you keep your when you keep your thumbs like that, that may unnecessarily take away your energy and unnecessarily stress you. Rest them in your palms like that. You see? This is totally enough. Okay? Keep it peaceful. And I have noticed that your meditation posture is apparently not very comfortable. Would you like to consider taking you can take a blanket or a bed sheet, you can fold it again and again, and then sit on that. So you're higher than your legs, and that sometimes is more comfortable. So you can try that. I'm sure I did not see how you meditate, how you kept your legs during meditation. Can you show me how you kept your legs during meditation? You're meditating on the bed. Okay. Okay. Yes, this is fine. Ideally, meditate on the floor, because on the bed, your posture may not be horizontal, and that may be unpleasant. Especially if you meditate longer time, you will experience a lot of pain. Okay, so let's move on to our recitation. So I will ask you everyone to unmute, please. And you can keep your hands together so that as a symbol that you mean it seriously, you're going to take 3 refuges and 5 precepts. Yamahang vadami tang vadeta. Aham bhante. Tisaranena saha Panchasilang Dhammang yajami Anuggahang katva Silang deta me bhante Anugampang upadaya Dutiyampi aham bhante Tisaranena saha Panchasilang Dhammang yajami Anuggahang katva Silang detha me bhante Anukampang upadaya Tatiyampi aham bhante Tisaranena saha Panchasilang dhammang yajami Anuggahang katva Silang detha me bhante Anukampang upadaya Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Buddhang saranang gacchami Dhammang saranang gacchami Sanghang saranang gacchami Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami Saranagamanang paripunnang Panatipata Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Adinnadana Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Kamesu Micchācara Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Musavada Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Surameraya Sura Timo, try it. Sura Timo, I'm listening to you. Sura Meraya Majja Pamadatthana Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Yamo, are you following with us? Veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Okay, so now I will encourage you to follow and protect the 3 refuges and the 5 precepts, and to be mindful. And you can then, if you agree, you can then reply, Ama Bhante, yes, Venerable Sir. So let's try that together. Te saranena sadhing pancha silang dhammang sadhukang surakkhitam gatva appamadena sampadetam. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana. So today what we are going to do, I would like to introduce you to the Burmese pronunciation of this recitation. And because it is so extremely difficult, I will just introduce you to that. We will not be reciting this in Burmese yet. There are quite a few rules that you will need to understand and follow and remember. And then you will be able to follow the Burmese pronunciation. Okay, so first, there are some letters that are read similarly, like in Burmese. Then there are letters that are read totally differently than in Burmese. Then in the Sri Lankan pronunciation. And then there are vowels which are read totally differently than in the Sri Lanka pronunciation. So first there are consonants that are similar, consonants that are different, and then vowels that are different. Okay? So consonants that are similar, that's the easiest part for you. So instead of va, you get wa. Instead of va, you get wa. So instead of vadami, you get wadami. Instead of vadeta, you get wadeta. Instead of any other V, do we have it here? I don't see any V in here. Katva. Instead of katva, you get katwa. Okay? So this is one of those that are similar but actually not the same. And then instead of da and ta, you get da and da. Instead of ra, you get ra. So those are similar things. So instead of vadami, you get wadami. Instead of vadeta, you get wadeta. Because the blunt T and D has no space in Burmese. They use blunt T for a different purpose, but we will get to that soon. So instead of bhante, they will say bhante. Another similarity is with M and N. They will not read M and N at the end of a syllable or at the end of the word. Instead, they will read un, like in the French word bonjour. So in Burmese, you will not say Yamahan, you will say Yamahan. You will not say tang, you will say tang. You will not say Dhamman, you will say Dhamman. You will not say silang, you will say tilang. And now we are getting to the consonants that are different. So for the time being, we looked at consonants that are similar. So D is similar, da into da, da into da, va into wa, ra into ra, and finally it was ma and na into but those are only if they are at the end of a syllable or at the end of a word. Now we have the consonants that are totally different. 3. First is S. When you see S written, you do not read it as S, as sa. You read it as ta. So it is not saha, it is taha. Silan becomes tilan. Tisaranena becomes titaranena. Titaranena. Samma becomes Dhamma. Tassa becomes Tatta. Sa sound changes into Ta sound. That's the first of the 3. Second of the 3 is Si. You change Si, which we read as Ja in the Sri Lanka pronunciation. Instead of reading as Ja, you read as Sa. So it is no more Panja, but it is Piensa. It is no more Gacchami, it is Gisami. Ja changes into Sa. So the first one was Sa changes into Ta. Second one, Cha changes into Sa. And the last one is Ja changes into Za. So that we have in here Majja. In Burmese, Mizza. Mizza. Alright, so that's the second group of changes. So the first one was similar. It is similar. So from da ta, you get da ta. From va, you get wa. From n, you get at the end, if it is at the end of a syllable or a word. And then the other one. It's the other one. And then there is one more. Da, wa, da. There's one more, right? Which one was that? Will you remember that? Then there is one more, but I forgot that. So maybe we'll get to that later. Then there are 3 complete changes from Sa to Ta, from Ja to Sa, and finally from Ja into Za. Now there are vowel changes. So these vowel changes are cases when a vowel is followed by 2 consonants. So if you have double K or double M or double D or D and DH or K and KH or double J and so on, then you need to be careful about the vowel, because then the vowel will change because it precedes the double consonant. Alright, and this one is actually quite complicated, and it has about 4 cases, and they are very difficult because they totally make no sense. So, what are they? First, let's start with A followed by double consonant. So If you have A followed by double consonant, then you have two kinds of cases. Either A is followed by double consonant with C, or J, like here, A, J, J, and there it was A, C, C, H. In that case, this A changes into I. So it is not Gasami, it is Gisami. It is not Majja nor Mazza, it is Mizza. Why is it Mizza and not Mazza? Well, because it is A followed by two consonants, and the consonants are J or C. In this case it is J, therefore A will change into I. Mizza, Gisami. Now this is one kind of the one kind. So there are four main kinds of vowel changes, and the first one with A is very complicated because it is even further complicated by the kind of consonants that actually are involved. Now, for example, here we have A and it's followed by KKH. In that case, it is not changed into I. You will not say tu rikita. No. It changes into A. Why? Well, because it's followed by K. If it's followed by K, then it has to change into A. So it is tu rakita. Not tu rakita. No. It is tu rakita. Not tu rikita, because this is neither C nor J. It is K. When it is K, it becomes A. And then the third kind is the basic kind, where you have no change. So for example here, A is followed by two consonants, which are neither K nor C nor J, and therefore there is no change. So it is Dhamma. So you need to watch out for C, J, and K when you have there A followed by double consonant. Fortunately, this one was the most complicated one. The rest are not so complicated. Okay, so let's move into U. Okay, so there is actually a fourth kind for A, and that is when it's followed by Ny. When the consonant is followed by two, when the vowel is followed by two consonants, like here you have Ny, Ch, then because it is followed by Ny, the A changes into Ye. So it is not Pañ, but it is Pieñ. Piensatilan. Piensatilan. That's the correct pronunciation here. So it is not Piensatilan, because this is not C or J. It is not Pensatilan, because this is not K. It is Piensatilan. Ye is what happens with this A. So we have actually four ways how A can change if it is followed by a double consonant. But this, I think, is really complete for A followed by a double consonant. Now let's move on to U followed by a double consonant. Now the remaining ones are really simple because they are the same. They do not diversify anymore. So when U is followed by double consonant, it changes into O. So instead of Anuggaham, it is Anoggaham. Now what about here? We have here U followed by double consonant, right? It changes into O. Bodham. Bodham. So this is for U. Then we will have I roll. So if you have a I followed by double consonant, either here you see Mitchajara, or here you see, I said a while ago, here Sikhapadam, then I changes into A. So it is no more Sikkhapadam, it is Teikhapadam. Teikhapadam. It is no more Micchajara, it is Meisasara. I changes into A if it is followed by any double consonant. And I think that's it. Then there is another one, but we do not have an example for it here. And that is when O is followed by double consonant. If O is followed by double consonant, then O changes into Au. For example, Gotta. Gotta. Gotta means a lineage or family. Gotta. That's the Sri Lanka pronunciation. In Burmese it is Gauta. Gauta. No more Gotta. Gauta. Okay, so that's, I think, all that I wanted to tell you. This was only an introduction. I will repeat it to you next week because it's so complicated and it's probably so new for you that I do not expect you to follow right away. But next week I hope to repeat it to you, and we will combine it with some practice. Does anyone have any question about that? No question at all? Okay, so in the end, as the last thing, it seems today we are very well off by time, right? I came on time, we started on time. That's good. I think we are progressing somewhere. So today I have a new story from the Buddha's previous life. It is the story of a foolish merchant. Now in the story number 4 we were talking about the clever merchant. The second part of the 4th story, which is now in Facebook and for which I would like to invite you to contribute your drawings, that one actually is about a clever merchant. He picked up a dead mouse and he sold it. Now today you cannot sell a dead mouse, so please never pick it up. But he sold it and he got about 25 cents, $0.25. But of course they didn't have dollar, they say kahapana. But to understand better, some people translate it as dollar. And then he got his 25 cents and he bought for it sugar and water. And that sugar and water, he gave it to some other people who were working with grass, who were plucking grass. Because he gave the water and sugar to those people, they were thankful to him, and they gave him some of the grass. He sold the grass, and he got $1, 1 kahapana. So he bought for that something else, and he went to see the fishermen, or somewhere in a harbor, and there again he helped them with something, and again he got something for that. He sold that, he got more money. Gradually he helped, he got, he sold. He helped, he got, he sold. Gradually from 25 cents he increased his wealth into 200,000 kahapanas. So that's the story number 4, which is quite old in Facebook. Now there is a new story, story number 5, about a foolish merchant. And this foolish merchant, he bought 500 horses for 1 cup of rice. Well, that's a good deal for him, but the person who sold him the horses, because this was for the king, this was a business done for the king, the person was not happy about selling 5 horses for a cup of rice, And he bribed this young businessman, saying, you know what? Now I will give you some money, and when we go to the king, I will ask you, or the king will ask you, what is the value of 1 cup of rice? And you will say, all of your city, including you, dear king. So they went to the king, and the king asked him, what is the value of 500 horses? And he says, well, 1 cup of rice. And then the king asks, well, then what is the value of 1 cup of rice? And he says, well, the whole city, including you, dear king. And the people around, they were laughing and having a lot of fun. And they said, oh, you see what kind of businessman the king chose? And the king felt ashamed. He dismissed the businessman, and he replaced him back with the one who was righteous and who was correct in his work. So this is the story that's there, and there is an interesting theme in this story, and that is the theme of Cao Nhin Chi Dao. And Cao Nhin Chi Dao is, I call it bamboo tube rice, bamboo tube amount of rice. So I have added some pictures and photos to illustrate, to show you the bamboo tube rice. I'm sending you the link in Zoom, and now I will show you the pictures right away. So the foolish merchant, he didn't use the word cup of rice, he used the word bamboo tube of rice. And here you have some photos of that, of bamboo tube rice. So in Myanmar and also in Thailand and in Vietnam, they take bamboo tubes. Maybe you already know that bamboo is hollow, and in these bamboo tubes they stuff rice. Then they bake those tubes with the rice, and then they split those tubes and eat the rice from inside. Look at this. She is now splitting the bamboo tube, and she will be eating this rice. It's also known as sticky rice. Cao Nhin. So this is a nun, a Buddhist nun, showing that. This is a lady. She is preparing the bamboo tube. And here are many bamboo tubes like that for filling with rice. This is the rice itself alone, coming from the bamboo tube. And that's all for the pictures. So I would like to encourage you all to look at our group and see our stories. Now we have the story number 5, Jataka number 5, Tandula Nali Jataka. Read it, and if you can, contribute your picture in the. You can draw a picture and add it in the comments. Now we have, how many comments we have? Now we have two drawings for the time being, and there you can share with us your picture, and I will then write some reaction on that. So that's all for today. Does anyone have any question, anything you would like to say or ask about anything at all? Previously, I asked you to write down 4 sentences or 4 lines about why do you meditate and why do you listen to the Buddha's teachings, right? Yaza, did you do that?
I mean, I have a short answer, so I didn't think I needed to write it down.
Always, when I asked you to write it down, please always write it. That's the point, that you write it. Then when you write it, if it is in your notebook, then maybe after 5 years you can look at it and you can check whether it's true or not, or whether you have developed those ideas. So it's always important to write it. Yamon, did you write it? Or did you work on that?
Yes.
Yes, you did. Thank you. Sure.
I'm still working on it.
Yeah. And Timo?
I'm not done with it.
Excuse me?
I'm not done with it.
You're not done with that. Okay. But let's go through. You're just 4 people. We can have this within a few minutes. We still have 7 minutes anyway. So, Yaza, what is the reason you meditate and listen to Dhamma?
It's because I meditate because my parents asked me to.
Oh. Do you have any other reason?
I mean, that's pretty much the main reason.
Okay, so let me know what are the accessory or the additional reasons. Yaza.
Well, typically whenever I ask why I meditate, I'm always told that, so you know how the rich people make the bad decisions, right? Somewhat.
Yes.
I'm just told that meditating can help you make better decisions.
That's excellent. That's an excellent, true. That's totally true. Because, do you know why? How does meditation help you make better decisions?
I don't really know exactly, but I'm guessing that's because meditation can help you be more aware of what you're doing.
So how does that relate to the decisions?
You could consider what would happen to not only yourself, but the other people around you.
Are you sure you couldn't do this without meditation? Are you sure you cannot do that without meditation?
You could do it without meditation, but with meditation, it would more likely make the better decision.
It increases the probability. Interesting. Actually, this is something that's already scientifically proven. If you are angry or sad, depressed, stressed, disappointed, then your decisions will be, how to say that, then your intelligence quotient, IQ, do you know what's IQ? Yes, then your intelligence quotient will be lower, about 30 points lower, or 30%. So it's about 30% lower intelligence just because you're angry, just because you're stressed. Now, meditation helps you to calm down and avoid that stress and anger. And therefore, you do not lose that IQ. And therefore, your decisions are better. So, understanding how does this process work, meditation helps make better decisions. You then understand what should happen in your meditation and how should meditation affect you so that you really get the benefit of making better decisions. What is the thing that should happen with you? To be peaceful. Meditation is supposed to help you to be more peaceful. Peacefulness then is the basis for making better decisions. You can achieve peace in any other ways. By generosity, or by doing exercise, or by helping others, or by whatever, swimming in a swimming pool. No problem. But meditation has the special character that through meditation you can create a skill to create peace. And if you create on a deeper level, it becomes a psychic power. Psychic because you do it by mind, and power because it can do special things. It's a mental power, psychic power. What kind of power? That it can make you peaceful immediately. You're angry, you're stressed. You realize, oh wait, I'm angry, I'm stressed. I should not decide, I should not make decisions when I'm angry or stressed. You apply your meditation power and you're calm. You need to train for that. Very much. You need to meditate every day for that. But thanks to this, whenever you want, you make yourself calm, and therefore the decision that you make will be with the higher intelligence, not with the lower intelligence. All the other methods cannot be applied so fast and so effectively. When you are on the street and there is someone, they're asking for help, or a car is coming and there's going to be a car crash or something, you need to decide fast. But in order to decide fast, you need to be calm. How will you be calm if you see that something is not fair, or that someone is doing evil, or that someone is stupid? Well, with the power of meditation, you can do it. No other solution can do that. You cannot go to a swimming pool, swim there, and then come back. You don't have time for that. You cannot take exercise and then resolve it. You don't have time for that. But through meditation practice, you create this psychic power to create peace immediately, within a split of second. And then through that peace, you can make better decisions. Even people who meditate make bad decisions. Even people who are peaceful make bad decisions. But they are better than if they did not meditate. Is that clear? Okay. So whenever you meditate, aim at peace. Train yourself in peace. So that later, when you need to make a decision, then you can apply the peace you got from meditation, or you can recreate it from the memory of that day when you meditated in the morning, and therefore you regain your basic, or even increase your IQ and make the best decisions you can. All right, Yamo, what is your reason for meditating and listening to Dhamma?
I said it helps me achieve peace. I can have some time to calm down during the day or at night. Meditation helps me become more aware and spend time in the present.
Nice, thank you very much. Pyo, what would be your reason for the? What's the main reason that you have for meditating and listening to Dhamma?
Provide inner peace.
Get peace. Anything else?
That's it.
That's it. So what do you expect from peace? I want something more from you. I'm not so happy with the short answer. So how do you want to use that peace? What for do you want peace?
I guess to calm down, stress reliever.
Excuse me? Calm down and?
Stress reliever.
I see. As a stress reliever. Very good. So meditation helps you to gain peace, to relieve stress, to calm down. Okay, well then from that the benefits are quite obvious. Very nice, thank you. And Timo?
Meditation helps me have peace and helps me focus more on school.
Nice, that's right, thank you very much. Meditation helps you focus more on school. Timo, any idea how does meditation do it? How does meditation help you focus more on school?
It helps you focus on one thing, like mostly, like helps you calm. So like, you know how people be stressed about and nervous about their test, but when you meditate, you'll be calm and like be confident about the test or anything.
I see. Very interesting. You, Timo, you are actually broaching, is that the right word? You're actually coming to a very important teaching from the Buddha. Very important teaching of the Buddha. The Buddha explained how we can remember what we memorize. And why do we forget things that we memorize? 5 things are the reason that we forget things that we memorize, even though we memorize them for a long time and we really want to remember them. 5 things. What are they? Sexual lust, ill will, anger, then laziness, then restlessness, stress, or self-criticism, and finally doubt. First is the doubt about yourself, and then is the doubt about the teacher or about the subject that you are using. These 5 things remove your memory. You just forget the things. Maybe you will remember them later, but when you have these 5 things, you will have really big difficulties to remember anything you have memorized. Now, meditation is countering all of these 5. When you meditate, you gradually decrease lust, ill will, laziness, restlessness, and the doubt. And because you have removed them, no, you did not remove them, but you have decreased them, it is easier for the mind to be clear. And therefore you can see how things are. That means the things that you have memorized. So when you want to memorize things fast and for a long time, check your mind. See, is there any lust, hatred, laziness, restlessness, or doubt? And if you see that they are there, you need to remove them, put them aside. You know what? I'll deal with this next time. Now I want to memorize. Now I want to learn. Now I want to remember. And when you want to, when you remember things, when you want to recollect, use your memory. Then you need to do the same thing. Again, you need to check: is there any lust, hatred, laziness, restlessness, or doubt? If there are, put them aside. Push them aside whatever way you can. And maybe you will remember the things that you need to remember. So meditation is the ultimate basis. That's the tool to put those 5 hindrances aside. If you meditate, you calm down yourself, and when you are calm, the mind gets pure. What does it mean, pure? Pure means clean, right? Then what is the dirt? These 5 things are the dirt. So when we meditate, we push away this dirt, or we decrease the dirt, therefore the mind is clean. When it is clean, we can see what's there. The Buddha explains it with the simile of a pond. Suppose you have a pond, and on the pond, in the pond there is dirt. On the pond there are ferns, and there is also wind blowing over. So those are like the hindrances. When you remove those hindrances, you count down those hindrances. It's like when you count down the dirt in the pond. So it all goes down, and then you can see what's in the pond as you look over the surface. Because there is nothing that would hinder the things inside the pond. Also, when there is wind, well, then you cannot see what's you cannot see what's inside, right? As you look in on the surface, because the water surface is not calm. There are little waves. But if you can calm down the wind, well, then you can see through the surface what's inside the pond. If you have ferns or whatever are the plants floating over the surface, well, then again you cannot see what's inside, right? But if you can push them aside, well, then you can see. So that's the point of the 5 hindrances. We need to remove these 5 hindrances so that we see what's going on in the mind. Not only in terms of the nature of the mind, arising, passing, impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, not self, but also to remember things that you memorized, regardless what you memorized. So very good point, Timo. Very good. Very well. I'm happy about that. So thank you everyone for coming today. I hope to see you next time. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana.
Everyone, please unmute and say goodbye to Luciano. Goodbye, Venerable.
Bye there.
Bye, Venerable Sir.
Nice, thank you.